Hi, I just wanted to apologize for not doing the past two videos. This is the only time I could get around to doing it. Uh, this is the only time I was alone to do it. I actually did do it for the Sorcerer's Stone, I guess. And Minnie's gone. I thought if I had a cat in here, then you guys will at least forgive me for not doing the past two videos. Oh, I have another cat. Here we go. Here goes. Here we go. Look, Pebbles. Okay. So, yeah. I actually did do one for the Sorcerer's Stone. It just technical difficulties, and I haven't been able to redo it. Um, so, yeah. Um, uh, what else? Sorcerer's Stone. I mean, not Sorcerer's Stone. Do I keep saying Sorcerer's Stone? I mean Chamber of Secrets. Chamber of Secrets isn't anything to be concerned about. There is less in. There is less witchcraft, if you can even call it that, in Chamber of Secrets than in Sorcerer's Stone. If that's even possible. Uh, uh, Basically, it reminded me of Percy Jackson and the Olympians in the Battle of the Labyrinth. Uh, Sorry if you guys can hear that. But, I just don't. But, yeah, it reminded me of the Battle of the Labyrinth. I know that Harry Potter came out first. I'm just saying it reminded me of it because I read that one book first. And I finished The Prisoner of Azkaban. I love that book. Uh, that's the favorite one of the series so far, which is why probably why it was like my least favorite movie that I've watched so far of the series. Uh, I mean, there were some excellent scenes that have been my favorite thus far, but other than that, the movie as a whole, I just did not care for it. And I did watch the Prisoner of Azkaban movie and the uh, Chamber of Secrets movie. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with either of them. The only thing that could really be considered witchcraft in The Prisoner of Azkaban is the fact that in the future telling one, the future telling class, the witch, uh, Dumbledore and all the witches and wizards pretty much make it clear that that type of magic is, iffy at best. And there is a prophecy in there. Uh, Basically, it's just the one, and, they're saying that, that's probably the one that is actually maybe true. They made it clear that it's iffy at best. They made it clear that Harry's not comfortable when the prophecy is coming. He's not comfortable. He's, very nervous about everything. And also, in Percy Jackson, I'm comparing it to Percy Jackson because as soon as I, started reading the series, it appeared to me that Percy Jackson is kind of a ripoff of this series. But in Percy Jackson, they have prophecies all the time, and that's kind of the driving force behind all of the series. And so, yeah, sorry, I'm kind of distracted right now, but this is the only time I can do this. But yeah, that's kind of the driving force in the Percy Jackson series. And in Harry Potter, it's just the one time, and he's not comfortable at all. And they made it very clear of that he does not want to be there. He wants to get out of there as soon as possible. He doesn't like it. And the wizards and the witches say pretty much don't worry about it because there's nothing. It really hasn't been grounded, and yeah, it's just it's that's pretty much the only thing with witchcraft that could possibly be in there, and just because of the scene that's set in, but it's obvious Harry is not comfortable at all. In fact, I read an article about Harry Potter recently that J.K. Rowling she imagined a bunch of different people in Hogwarts. The only people that she did not picture in Hogwarts is Wiccan. So that's something to note. It's also Friday too, so I will be writing a blog later today. I'm currently reading The Goblet of Fire. I'm not halfway through yet, I know that. But I'm getting close to it. Like, I think I'm on page like 300 something. So yeah, not exactly halfway through yet, but I'm getting there. Nothing really in it yet. I'm, as again, Percy Jackson. I don't really know. It just kind of had that Percy Jackson feel with Dumbledore pulling out the names of from the Goblet of Fire. But yeah, I'm not anywhere near it. I'm actually at the part where, spoiler alert, by the way. I'm at the part where Hagrid just took Harry to see the first first trial that they're going to do. He went and had Harry go under the invisible cloak, and he took the one lady, like, guys on a date, and went and saw them together, and Harry then went back and did the fire message thing with Sirius, and yeah, so they're about to embark on the first trial. So yeah, that's where I'm at in the Goblet of Fire. If you don't read the blogs, which I'm pretty sure more people read the blogs and watch the videos, I don't think I have any views on these, but I'm doing it anyway. That's why these are going to be kind of low quality. While the blogs, you're going to get more information from it. But I did mention on the blog that I researched where the Deathly Hallows between part 1 and part 2 of the movie cuts off in the book. It cuts off right after chapter 24, and chapter 25 starts part 2. So what I'm going to do when I get to there is I'm going to read up to chapter 25 in the first book, in Deathly Hallows, then watch the first movie of Deathly Hallows, and then read the second part, and then watch the second part 2. And the reason I'm doing that is because, well, at the time I didn't think I would have 5 hours in the day to just sit and kill with Deathly Hallows, but I just lost my job yesterday, so I'm kind of depressed over that. It's a strange conundrum, really, my feelings. But still, I don't think I'll have the willpower to sit down and watch a 5 hours just of Harry Potter. But yeah, like I said, I was really disappointed with The Prisoner of Azkaban. I just wanna throw that out there, because the first two were so good with the book, and The Prisoner of Azkaban, I mean, there were some great scenes in there. Probably some of the best that I've ever seen in the Harry Potter series. I mean, arguably, I'm only on the third movie, but still, there were some really good scenes in there, and I just I think it was because it was my favorite book so far in the series. So, and the first two were so close to the book that I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. And then they didn't have the Quidditch Cup in there. I was so upset about that. Like, you make a big deal of Quidditch this entire time, and then the one time where the Gryffindor house actually wins the Quidditch Cup, because before, Harry was in the hospital, and before that, the uh, the Chamber of in the Chamber of Secrets, it got canceled, and so they were always so close to getting the Quidditch Cup, and this time, there's very little chance that they're going to get it, and they get it, and it's not in the movie, and I was so upset about that. But there were some really good scenes in The Prisoner of Azkaban. Uh, I like how in the movie they make the time travel more prominent. Um, I just really like that, because in the book they're just kind of sitting and waiting throughout the entire thing, and I'm just like, how is that going to play out in the movie? That's going to get really boring. Them just sitting and watching themselves in the movie. So I like how they, made their past selves more prominent in the first go around, I guess you can say. That with throwing the stones, and yeah, pretty much the first one, all they do is in the book, all they do is take Buckbeak, and then he was like, oh, that's not my dad, that was me, and then he makes his Patronus, and that's it, and then they fly Buckbeak up to Sirius, and that's it. So I like how they kind of incorporate the time travel element of it more. And also, being a big fan of Majora's Mask, I especially like the fact that the whole time travel element of it. And I was actually finding some stuff that correlated to Majora's Mask. I don't know if that was intentional, but during around the time traveling scene, one of them was, you shouldn't have done that, which is from, one of the quotes is, you shouldn't have done that, which is also a quote from the creepypasta Ben from Majora's Mask. And also, you've met with a terrible fate, is in Majora's Mask, when the happy mask salesman first sees Link, and he is a Deku scrub, and so he says you met with a terrible fate, and he also says that every single time that the moon crashes into the Earth, just, if you're lost with the Majora's Mask thing, just play Majora's Mask. I mean, it's on N64, they remade it for the GameCube, and are also remaking it for the 3DS, which is coming out February 13th, along with the launch of the new 3DS. So yeah, just play it. It's a really good game. You won't regret it. But yeah, and then the whole three turns should do it, or something like that, and which is 3 hours. And in the game Majora's Mask, you have 3 days to save the entire world Termina. And so yeah, it's constantly the 3 days thing, and I just bit my tongue, and that was very uncomfortable. But it's the whole 3 days thing over and over again, and then it's the quote, and I texted my friend, and I kind of geeked out a little bit. But yeah, I also don't like in the movie, in the book, they had this whole exposition scene in the Shrieking Shack, and the kids, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, are really iffy about, Sirius and Lupin, and they're just really iffy and concerned, and it's understandable why they are. And in the movie, they just kind of, okay, you're a mass murderer, but we believe you because, you're talking. It's like, Really? I kind of wanted that more like the book. Uh, but yeah, all in all, The Prisoner of Azkaban, the movie, probably wasn't my favorite so far. Uh, the book was my favorite so far. Um, but I do like some scenes in uh, on demand. Sorry, I hate Caillou, but yeah, just there were some really good scenes in The Prisoner of Azkaban. There was the snowball scene, which I was really, strange to see how they were gonna do that, and the I'm kind of concerned that he didn't. Well, not concerned. I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't, make that more like the book. I really like that scene where Harry goes to Hogsmeade, um, in the invisible cloak and meets up with Ron and Hermione. And I wish they would have made that more like the book, but I really did like the snowball scene where he kind of is messing with Draco and the thugs, and he doesn't slip up in the book. He does in the movie. He doesn't. Uh, but yeah, it's um. Yeah, so like I said, I'm reading the Goblet of Fire right now, and then I will watch the movie, and then I will go on like I've been doing, and I think that's about it. Um, yeah, I'm sorry for not doing 2 videos. This is the first time well, it's not the first time I'm able to do a video. I just was doing homework yesterday when I could have done it. Sorry, I wanted to finish my education, and also the first one didn't upload. I uploaded it. I have no idea what went wrong. Uh, but hopefully this one uploads because it's about 20 minutes, and I'm not doing it again. All right. Well, I will see you when I finish the Goblet of Fire. All right. Bye bye.